So find a suitable place to park before you head out. Make sure you don't have to reverse out of a parking space. So you're just moving off nice and slowly. Just making your way out through the exit here, and we're going to be turning left. Really good observation coming out onto Landscape Road, and once you're out then get your speed back up. The tester could ask you to pull in alongside here on the left, just past this car, to do the hill start. So again, make sure you take really good observation moving off. So we're going to turn left at the end of the road here. Make sure you come to a complete stop. Just edge out a little bit, don't go into the cycle lane, but if you edge out a little bit, you'll be able to see past the bus stop and the bus shelter rather than to your right. This is a busy road, so just, if there's a lot of traffic around, you may have to wait a little while. Have a gap after here. You could ask it to go right at the next junction, just in the lights here, but we're going to go on straight on this route here. So the next main junction on the right, we're going to be turning right, which is just at the traffic lights. So good observation, signal right again. You're changing lane here, so make sure you take really good observation moving over. The lights have just changed to amber, so we're going to stop. You can see the car here on the left has gone through a red light. There's no filter lights at this junction, so once the light goes green, you must move into the centre of the road, take possession of the junction, and then you either turn when there's a gap in the traffic, or if the light changes back to red, you must turn. If you stay at the stop line here and the light changes back to red, you're not going to be able to go, and you're going to get an automatic fail. Just moving in, taking possession of the junction. If the light does change to red here, make sure any oncoming traffic has stopped and they're not going to break the red light. So we have a gap here after this car. Just look to the right, make sure it's safe to turn. We're turning onto Lower Dutter Road. Just as you come around the bend here to the right, have a quick glance to your left, make sure there's nobody coming out at speed from that direction. And get your speed up nice and quickly into fourth gear if possible. Just following the road around, back out onto Orwell Road. We're going to be turning left when we get down to the end of this road here. Yield junction, we can just take good care coming out onto a busy road, nice and slow. Parked cars on our left here, our cars on the right as well, so take it nice and slow. There's enough room for vehicles to pass on both sides, but take it easy. Coming up to this junction here, make sure you move back into the left lane. Lights have just changed to amber, but we're too close to stop, so we just continue on. And we're coming back just up by the old test centre here on Orwell Road. So this route will cover most of the route that was done in the previous centre in Rathgar, so it was the old Route 2 in Rathgar. Back up to the lights here at the junction with Zion Road. Following the road around into Rathgar. Well, lights have changed to amber again, so we're just going to slow down and stop. The lines here are very faint, but just make sure you stop back from the traffic light, don't go too far forward. So once we get a green light, we're going to move off. Traffic from the left here has to give way to us, but we'll just make sure that they have spotted us. Racar village. We're going to be turning right. Keep a safe distance from the truck in front. We have a green light, just going to move off now. Just wait for the bus to turn. Keep an eye on the lights all the time, just in case they change back. There's 2 right turns here. We're turning right and then keeping left down Racar Road. You could turn immediately right again down Highfield Road, so just watch for any vehicles that are turning there. Keeping a safe distance from the truck in front in case they brake. At the main junction up ahead, we're going to be turning right, so there'll be traffic lights. So you see this guy's turning in here, so we're going to just continue on straight on. So at the traffic lights ahead, we're going to be turning right onto Frankfort Avenue. So mirrors give a signal in good time to allow traffic following that wishes to go straight past you on the left, so they're not going to get stuck in behind you. Again, there's no filter light here. Move into the junction, you can move into the yellow box, that's perfectly fine as you're turning. Just keeping an eye all the time. We're looking for a gap here. There's a gap after the next black car. Once it's safe, then look to the right, make sure there's nobody crossing the road. You're going to turn in. Just be careful as you turn into Frankfort Avenue. This is 2-way here, but we've moved out, so we've got priority. Cars coming out from the left here out of Maxwell Road have to give way to us. Once we get past this junction, however, it becomes 1 way. Careful coming up here, it's quite tight, so you just got to make sure that if somebody opens the door or steps out, that you're going slow enough to be able to stop. End of this road, we're going to be turning, following the road around to the left. Keep an eye to the right, nobody there. You have right away, and we're going to turn left at the end of this road. Pedestrian cross. Once this car in front has moved, we're going to go up and stop again at the stop line. Careful here, very blind junction just coming out onto Lower Rathmines Road. Stop then, just edge out very slowly, look left and right, make sure it's safe. Again, shops around here, a lot of traffic about, so take it nice and easy, take good observation. We're going to be taking the next road on the right of here. You can see the billboards on the wall just ahead of you. This is onto Church Avenue, and signalling in good time. Traffic coming out of here has to give way to us. Just turning around the van, look into the road, make sure it's safe. So you can see the church ahead. And irrespective of what direction the tester gives you here, just treat this like a roundabout. You're going to go straight ahead. You're taking the 3rd exit, but it's straight ahead, so you don't indicate on the approach. Just keep to the left, give way to any traffic coming from the right. Take good observation. Once you're on here, then you have right away. So this is the 2nd exit we've just passed. We're taking the next one, which is straight ahead, but we indicate left because we are turning left at this point. And then at the next junction, we're going to turn right. apply the handbrake if you're going to be stopping for a while. Just checking our mirrors moving off. There's nobody coming towards us, so we can turn. So we're out on the Palmerston Road. So it's quite strong here. This road has a number of the individual ramps. You want to try and avoid them if you can, but you can't go onto the wrong side of the road to avoid them. So this one here, we're going to have to go over both ramps. We're going to do it in second gear, so quite high, back up into third. Always take the left ramp if available. This one here we're going to try and avoid. Again here, we're still on our own side of the road, but we're trying to get our wheels either side of the ramp. Try not to go out of your way and hit them. The next junction we're going to be turning right on the Calver Road. Car coming at speed here, so we're just going to let him pass. And turning on the Calver Road. The ramps here, they're quite high, so just going to stay on our own side. But up ahead then the next ramp is in on the left, so even though it's in a car parking space we can drive into those once there's nothing immediately ahead. You don't want to be going into them and then have to swerve out again. So again here we're going to take the two because the parked cars are there in our way. The end of the road, we're turning left here again, back out onto Baratmines Road. Get quite a blind junction. Take it very easy. There's no road markers here to say stop, but just take it really slow. Move out, look left and right, make sure there's nobody coming up on the wrong side of the road. Head out then. See the junction up ahead, there's no right turns. You don't have to indicate here, you can only go left, but we're turning around left and then immediately right. So once you get around the bend here, just indicate right. And just turning, cars come towards you, we'll have a red light there to stop. Dartry Road at the moment. Junction, then we're going to be turning left onto Temple Road. Lights are out of order here at the moment, so this could be quite tricky, particularly coming back out again. So take it nice and slow going in. There's nobody there. So once in here, then this first corner is the one they'll normally get you to do the reverse around. So they'll ask you to pull in and stop around here, and then advise you what he wants you to do. So you drive past the road, you pull back in and stop on the left. Just go up as far as the ramp. You don't have to go over the ramp. And then reverse back into the road. This is quite a sharp corner here, so when you're going back, as you turn the wheel, just make sure you stop briefly, look over your right shoulder, and then follow the road around. You're going to have to turn the wheel quite a bit here coming around. Already giving it a full turn, and that's getting us around. It's nice and easy. So full turn of the wheel there, and then just straightening back up. Make sure you're looking behind you and over to your left, and to your right as well. Just keep going back until the tester tells you to stop. He'll normally take you back a couple of car lengths. Once that's done, then he'll ask you to move off, and we're going to turn right. So signal right, make sure you check your blind spot, look over your right shoulder, and we're going to move away up to the end of the road, and out and go right. Take it nice and slow coming out here, make sure it's safe. We're going back out left onto Dartry Road. So traffic lights again are out of order. Normally you'd have a flashing amber arrow here, but it is a tricky, even with the amber arrow, it's a tricky junction. It's very hard to see traffic coming from the right. Another gap so we can go. Going straight ahead of the next junction. This is at the end of Orwell Park. Make sure you keep into the left lane. traffic turning right. Following the road around. Taking the next right just at the drop of my pub at the traffic lights here. So on the approach then, just don't indicate too early, but once you get to about here, put your indicator on. Just careful of this junction. Anyone who's done their test before in Rathgar, you may remember from the other videos that you don't want to go into this yellow box when you're turning right, because if you do, you're just going to go too far forward. You're going to be overshooting the junction. So if you have to go into this junction and wait for oncoming traffic, only bring your front wheels as far as the yellow box, don't go into it. Just waiting on the line of traffic here. We may get a filter light. You usually do at this junction. Seems to be a gap in the traffic, so the vehicle's turning. He went to turn and he stopped. He was going too fast. So just up as far as the yellow box and then we turn. You could be asked to do a hill start along here as well. So always remember, make sure you get the clutch to the bike point, a few revs, look over your right shoulder, signal right, look over your right shoulder and then move off when it's safe to do so. Heading up Lower Churchtown Road, we have the Milltown Golf Club on our right hand side. Our Lewis stop is just down on the left, so cars coming in and out. But the next lights we're going to be turning right. This is going to bring us back down Orwell Road. Signal a good time. Be careful here. There's yellow box and a keep clear sign. The lights have changed to green, so we're just going to make sure we can clear the yellow box. Just waiting here until the vehicle in front moves. Okay, so we can move now so we can go. So look down the road, make sure there's nobody coming down. Then turning. It's quite a sharp turn here. You're turning back on yourself, but don't oversteer. Get your speed back up and into fourth gear. So try and get up to 50 and into fourth as quickly as you can. Careful not to break the speed limit. Watch for golfers crossing here. This bend isn't that sharp, although the sign would indicate that it's a severe bend. It's not that sharp, so just be careful as you come around. Coming past the Russian embassy on the left in a moment. Very often cars parked outside here, but it's clear today. And then we're going to take the next left into Eaton Bray, which is used for the turnabout maneuver. So on the approach, check your mirrors, indicate left, just slow down. Going back into second gear, nice and gentle off the clutch. Be fully off the clutch before you turn. Turning around into the road, looking out for anyone coming out. So the test will ask you to pull in and stop along here for the turnabout maneuver. Careful as you're pulling in, you get reasonably close to the curb without hitting it. The test will ask you to turn the car around on the road to face the opposite way, and that you can go over and back more than once if necessary. It's reasonably tight here, but you generally should be able to do this in 3 maneuvers. So again, into gear, look all around, do a full 360, indicate right, release the handbrake. As you move forward, then full lock on really quickly and get the lock back off it as you're stopping. Look again all around, full lock on as quickly as you can. You stop before your back wheels hit the curb. Then looking all around and then full lock on. So just about make it in 3. It's quite tight there, but you should be able to do it in 3 maneuvers. You turn your wheel quickly enough and you get the car moving slowly. Again, after the turnabout, they'll normally get to pull in with the hand signals. Once that's done, then you're moving off back down to the end of this road, turning left. There's no stop sign here or stop line. You really do need to stop here because it's quite blind. And then I'm going to take the next left onto Braemar Park, just by Mount Carmel Hospital. Once again, just be careful as you come around here that you don't swing too wide. Again, into 4th gear, up to 50 and into 4th. It's safe to do so. Coming up towards quite a sharp corner up here, so we're going to drop back down to 3rd on the approach. Careful coming around. At the end of this road, we'll be turning left and then first right back onto the landscape road. So lights are going green. Stay reasonably close to the curb, obviously, without hitting it. Mirrors indicate right and move across into the right lane, not until after you've passed the hatch markings. Indicate right. Nobody coming towards us. Look into the road, make sure it's safe, and then we're turning into landscape road. So we're just heading back into the test centre on the right. Signal in good time. It's quite tight coming in here, so you just have to be very careful. Make sure you look into the road before you move in. Make sure there's nobody coming out. And then we just turn in. Taking it nice and easy coming down the slope. Just find a suitable place to park. All these car parking spaces are designated for the RSA. Now you can just pull straight back in here and park in between the lines.